Yeah, I think you can see my philosophy a bit on this is sort of pick and choose for the subsystem that you're trying to work on. So I mean, I'm not going to stand up and say I mean, I'm not a big fan of neoclassical economics, as you know, even back from my graduate school days. On the other hand, no one can doubt the sort of the system that allocates capital, how critical that properly, how critical that is, or the price system that is operated properly, how critical that is. But it's just a component of it, and in particular, I think I think one critical thing to see is we also need to recognize when it's not working. So if you look at the finance system today, I mean, I mentioned before, I think it's not clear it's a stable, necessarily a stable system on its own. But we look at the way finance is done today. I think 80 or 90 or perhaps more percent of equity trades in the United States are done by high frequency trading, right? So by computer algorithms that are trying to get a millisecond or less advantage over their competitors. That actually, it's just at an a priori level cannot be right. If we think of the system as allocating capital to productive uses in some way, that system cannot be right. So I mean, we have these challenges with capitalism. I do think if we have a more purpose-driven economy, and we have more thought about what it's trying to accomplish, we'll be able to better choose where to use the capitalist principles that are appropriate to it, and we'll be able to have a language, I hope, that sort of says the reason that this part, so for example, the healthcare system, the reason that the device part of the healthcare system operates with capitalist principles largely is A, B, C, and D. So, okay, we understand it. The reason in this part of the healthcare system we don't operate with capitalist principles is A, B, C, and D. It has to do with equity. It has to do with asymmetric information. It has to do with the vulnerable position of a patient. Whatever it is on that. So I think we'll get more sophisticated. I mean, my hope coming out of COVID is people can stand back. We talk about build back better. What does build back better mean? Presumably, build back better has to mean something around building back an economy, because it still is what is the let's call it the ether, which most people have a good life or not. Build back an economy that's more able to help people build a good life. So will capitalism survive? Elements, it will always survive everywhere in elements and the way it's used. I just would like to see us more sophisticated and not have these blanket statements: the market system's good, the market system's bad. And in some of the thinking and work that I've done, I've tried to approach this not from an ideological viewpoint, and of course everyone must be ideological at some point, but just asking, if the purpose of the economy is to help people have a good life, what are the implications of that for the way that we structure the economy? And I think we'll find that, as I said, it'll be always a kind of very mixed thing. And I just want to see people get more sophisticated about how these subsystems that we operate in actually function in a practical sense.